Well, in this particular crib, we have a little baby in a manger, but also behind there's a small reminder of the crucifixion, and it's a reminder that Jesus, the baby, becomes the man. And looking at his life, he does good with all his power and all his soul and all his heart, and yet he ends up crucified on a cross in utter and total desolation and misery. But that is not the end. When we see life as it is with its horror, we must remember that there's a layer of spirituality beyond that and higher, which is Christ's life beyond death. And that power, it transforms us as human beings. So the child becomes a man, and we mustn't leave the crib scene in our hearts and forget that he becomes human man and conquers death.
We were talking earlier about people that seem to be increasingly quick to anger, and the demands of the world just seem to be too much.
Yes. What is happening is it's a diminishing of human responsibility and human dignity. Within us we have a spirituality which is empty unless it's filled by something. And too many people are looking at the wrong things to fill themselves, whereas what we offer in Christianity is God in perfection in Christ. And to fill our hearts with that means filling them with joy, peace, happiness, instead of violence, terror and horror.
And in effect, how is that done? How does the church try to do that?
Well, we fail miserably most of the time, but the person of Jesus gave us the example of humility. Whenever he touched people spiritually, they were made whole. And indeed, his power was so great, he could actually touch people physically and make them whole. We should be doing the same, because we have that power within us, given by the sacraments and the grace of God, but we don't use it except for our selfish motives.
So this Christmas, think of others, perhaps?
I think so, yes. Put others first and forget yourself for the time being. Remembering, as we were saying earlier, to look after yourself, because if you don't look after yourself, you can't look after others. That is a fact. But at the same time, I think at this time of year and every day of the year, I think others are important.